Hello students. Today we are going to discuss Nationalism in Europe Part 2, Class 10, History, Chapter number 1. Unification of Germany. After 1848, nationalism in Europe moved away from its association with democracy and revolution. This can be observed in the process by which Germany and Italy come to be unified as nation states. Nationalist feelings were widespread among middle class Germans. The liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military, supported by the large landowners of Prussia. Prussia took on the leadership of the movement. Three wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark, and France ended in Prussia victory and completed the process of unification. The nation building process in Germany had demonstrated the dominance of Prussian state power. The new state placed a strong emphasis on modernizing the currency, banking, legal, and judicial systems in Germany. Next, unification of Italy. Like Germany, Italy too had a long history of political fragmentation. Italians were scattered over several dynastic states, as well as the multinational Habsburg Empire. Italy was divided into seven states. Italian language had not acquired one common form and still had many regional and local variations. Giuseppe Mazzini had sought to put together a program for a unitary Italian republic, Young Italy, for the dissemination of his goal. The failure of revolutionaries uprising both in 1831 and 1848 meant that the mantle now fell on Sardinia Piedmont under its ruler King Victor Emmanuel II to unify the Italian state through war. Italy offered them the possibility of economic development and political dominance. Italy was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. Italian population, among whom rates of literacy were high, remained blissfully unaware of liberal nationalist ideology. Then, third one, the strange case of Britain. The model of nation or the nation state. Some scholars have argued in Great Britain it was the result of a long drawn out process. There was no British nation prior to the 18th century. United Kingdom of Great Britain meant in effect that England was able to impose its influence on Scotland. The British Parliament was henceforth dominated by its English members. Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom in 1801. British flag, the national anthem, the English language were actively promoted, and the older nations survived only as subordinate partners on this union. Revolutionaries and the age of revolutionaries. During the years following 1815, the fear of repression drove many liberal nationalists underground. Revolutionary at this time meant a commitment to oppose monarchical forms and to fight for liberty and freedom. Giuseppe Mazzini, born in Genoa in 1807, he became a member of the secret society of the Carbonari. He was sent into exile in 1831 for attempting a revolution in Liguria. Mazzini believed that God had intended nations to be the natural units of mankind. Secret societies were set up in Germany, France, Switzerland, and Poland. Metternich described him as the most dangerous enemy of our social order. As conservatives resumed trying to consolidate their power, liberal and nationalism come to be increasingly associated with revolution in many regions of Europe, such as the Italian and German states, the provinces of the Ottoman Empire, Ireland, and Poland. When the France sneezes, Metternich once remarked, the rest of the Europe catches cold, an event that mobilized nationalist feelings among the educated elites across Europe was the Greek War of Independence. Greek had to part of Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. Greeks living in exile and also from many West Europeans who had sympathies for ancient Greek culture. Okay, that's all in today's discussion. See you again in the next part. Thank you.